If you take a cup, one or two leaves and squish it and smell it, you're going to be like, whoo! Has a very wonderful, lingering, lemony aroma, hence the name lemon balm. And that's balm with a B-A-L-M. Sometimes people say it, it's like, is that balm? And I'm like, balm. Balm, like calm. Rhymes with calm. I know. So this plant you can do all kinds of things with. You can make tea with it, and it's a very mild, natural antidepressant. You probably already felt like so happy when you smelled it. You're like, makes you feel good. Anybody here salve makers or trying to learn how to make salves? Yay! I already know you two are pros. You can ask them questions. They're experts. Absolutely. It's like their favorite thing to do is make salves and all kinds of medicines. So just lifts my heart. So yeah, you can take any part of the topical part, but it's mostly the leaves that you want for the salve. And you can add that to your whole cornucopia with the different types of herbs that we might meet today. Like maybe like even yarrow is another good one because of its properties of healing. Now, I use all kinds of things, and you can actually see a red yarrow right there in front of those folks. And of course, if you're really watching, you'll see the lovely star of the whole world, the bumblebee. You have to all rever that little creature. It is working hard. Who here loves berries? Do y'all eat wild berries? Always thank a bee for that, because every time you go out and you find berries, that was sometime at 4 or 5 in the morning, there were bees out there kissing all the flowers and turning them into berries. That's how I teach kids. I tell them the bees kiss the flowers and they turn magically into berries. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, so this one you can make as a tea. It's good for salve. It's also like a poultice plant. So a lot of plants that are good for salves you can turn into a poultice. Do people know what I mean when I say poultice? Put up your hand if you don't know. Oh God, so many of you. You're going to love this. So you take the plant and you squish it up, you mulch it into a paste almost, and then you smear it somewhere that it's hurting on your body. Say you might have an injury or a tennis elbow. Well, you put a goopy pile of herbs there and wrap it in a tea towel or a cloth that you have, and let it sit for about 10 or 20 minutes and then rinse it off. What you'll start to notice is that the pain leaves and stays away longer. So it's a really great way of pain managing, is using poultices. And then you just throw it into the land, and it's already half decomposed because you've mushed it up. And so then it just kind of disintegrates and becomes earth. So, 100% biodegradable, 100% natural. And you can hug yourself after you've done that because you've taken care of yourself really well. And that's what these plants all do. All the plants that we find that heal us, they're all calling to us. And what I tell people a lot is, okay, if you live in a house, spend the next year looking at what plants are there and what shows up by next year. If you live in an apartment, then look at the places you go often, especially after you've been camping. Maybe you've gone out camping and you're throwing your camping gear out, you're shaking it out, and you don't even know you've brought the forest home with you. And next year, a bunch of things start growing, and you're like, I wonder where that came from. It looks like that campground I went to, and then finally you realize, I'm bringing the forest home. And that's really how indigenous food forests were first developed in our communities centuries ago. Because we would fill our berry baskets and other things with our favorite plants and bring them home. And we'd have seeds on our body, on our clothing, and in anything that we were wearing, there could have been seeds that attached, and then they drop off in your yard. So the plants actually that you need, that each and every one of you need, will follow you home. And the plants that love you the most will just keep coming home with you. And so I lived over on East 3rd in a little row house, and the whole front of my place was just tarmac and cement. And I'd lived there for a few years, and people would come to find me. They'd say, oh, you didn't tell me which number you were in, but I knew exactly which suite you were in, because yours the only place with plants growing up from the cracks of the sidewalk. And I went out and it was true. I was like, oh. And the plant that follows me everywhere is frogleaf, or common plantain. And so hopefully we see that on our trip. But that's a really great medicine. It's good for so many things. And I'm like, that's because I'm always out doing things with my hands, and I cut myself, and I'm like, where's the frogleaf? So it just follows me home, because it's like, I already know you need me because you're going to injure yourself. But I can't wait for us to find it, because it's a really great medicine too. So let's go walking, see what we find.